Hi all, welcome to Collegiate and Technical Education. In this session, we will understand how to write XHTML document and how to create a PHP script. This session is regarding sixth exercise of web programming lab. The course outcome is to write the XHTML code using JavaScript object notation, that is JSON, and to create a web interactive form by using PHP. The learning outcomes are: learn to write simple XHTML document using JSON, learn to write PHP script, and to create an web interactive form. That is, at the end of this session, we will understand how to write XHTML document by using JSON and how to create a PHP script to create a web interactive form. The contents are: introduction to XHTML, introduction to JSON, introduction to PHP, learn about XAMPP, how to run a program, sixth program, and output, MCQs. Let's understand about XHTML. XHTML stands for Extensible Hypertext Markup Language. This is used to describe general form and layout of a document. By using XHTML, we can able to describe the layout of a document. XHTML consists of content and the controls, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಾಟಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಇದು ಹೊಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೇನೆ it is used to describe the data. XHTML is a recommendation of W3C, World Wide Web Consortium. We already understood the difference between HTML and XHTML in the previous sessions. XHTML concentrates strictly on the syntax as compared to the HTML. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ XHTML ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋಣ. Here is an example. XHTML document starts with the different comment statements. In order to write the comment statement, we can use the tag, angular bracket, exclamatory mark, hyphen, and we need to end it with the hyphen and angular bracket. Every XHTML document starts with the XML declaration. We need to define two attributes, version and encoding. Next statement is DTD, document type definition. Next, we need to write the HTML tag. We need to address XML as attribute to define the namespace. Then head tag, close the head tag. Body tag, in the body tag we can write the text whatever we want to display on the screen and close it with the HTML tag. Save this file with the extension .html and the file name .html ಇಂದ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಬ್ರೌಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡಬಹುದು. Let's understand about JSON. JSON helps us to store the data in the server and retrieve the data from the server in the easier way. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JSON is a lightweight format for storing and to transmit the data. It is commonly used to transmit the data in the web application, that is to store the data in the server and to retrieve the data from the server. JSON is a self-describing, easy to understand, and JSON is easier, simple, lighter than XML because XML also used to store the data and retrieve the data from the server. JSON is simple and easier as compared to XML. Let's understand how exactly JSON works. In order to work with the JSON, we need to create the JSON object to store the data in the server in the form of an object. In order to create an object, it should be created as a key value pair. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು JSON object ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ key value pair ಆಗಿ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. In the flower bracket, we need to enclose all the objects. In the sense, the values has to be enclosed in the flower bracket. To create the JSON object, this diagram explains the syntax. That is, it has to be stored in the form of key value pair. This diagram explains us how JSON works while sending the data from client to the server and from server to the client. While sending the data from client to the server, data stored in the form of JavaScript object that has to be converted into JSON object and sent to the server. While retrieving from the server, the data in the form of JSON object has to be converted to the JavaScript object. This diagram explains how exactly JSON works while sending a data from server to the client. ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸರ್ವರ್ ಇಂದ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ JSON ಹೇಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Let's understand about PHP, that is hypertext preprocessor. PHP developed by Ramas Ladov in the year 1994 and he renamed it as a hypertext preprocessor in the year 1995. It is a server-side scripting language. ನಾವು PHP ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ವರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸರ್ವರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. It is mainly used to handle the form and deal with the database. PHP is most popularly used because free to download and use, and PHP can be embedded into the XML document. Otherwise, we can also create a separate PHP file and it can be called in the XML document. While creating a PHP script, it has to start with the tag angular bracket question mark PHP and question mark angular bracket. To write the PHP script, we have different editors: Notepad, Visual Studio, Dreamweaver. So like this, we can create in any editor and save the file with the .php extension to run the script. The variables in the PHP will begin with the $sign. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಗಳು $sign ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Like C language, PHP also has reserved keywords. And about the comments, to write the comments, we have three different ways: by using hash for a single line comment, 2 forward slashes, double line comment, or the multi-line comments, slash, star, then close it with the star and a forward slash. Every PHP statement should close with semicolon. It should be terminated with the semicolon. Here is a simple PHP script. Simple PHP script ನ ಬರೆಯುವಾಗ ನಾವು HTML ಟ್ಯಾಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಟ್ಯಾಗಿನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ನ ಬರೆಯಬೇಕು. Okay, so in the body tag we have written a one line script, that is echo my first PHP script as a text. ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ನ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೇವೆ, and the output is this one. We need to save it as filename.php. We need to understand about XAMPP here. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ XAMPP ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. XAMPP ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪಾಚೆ ಸರ್ವರ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ PHP ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು XAMPP ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. XAMPP is freely available a platform and it is a open source. XAMPP is an abbreviation where X stands for cross platform, A stands for Apache, M stands for MySQL, P stands for PHP, and another P stands for Perl. It means that we can write the programs that is in PHP and Perl, and it also supports, XAMPP also supports different servers such as Apache, Tomcat, and so on. XAMPP is going to provide us the platform and suitable environment to test and run different projects that written in the PHP and Perl languages. and by using database also, it helps us to run a PHP script in the local host. Now PHP script na run ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ XAMPP control panel ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅಪಾಚೆ ಸರ್ವರ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಅಪಾಚೆ ಸರ್ವರ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ PHP ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು XAMPP ಅನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. XAMPP ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ XAMPP ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾನಲ್ ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಪಾಚೆ ಸರ್ವರ್ ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ PHP ಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ ನ ರನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then how do you open the control panel of an XAMPP? In order to open the control panel, go to desktop, click on the icon. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ desktop ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಐಕಾನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you can go to start all programs, XAMPP and XAMPP control panel. Then you can start an Apache server from the control panel. XAMPP control panel is going to look like this. In order to start an Apache, click on the start button and run the Apache server. Here is the procedure to run the program. In order to run the sixth program, we need to create one XML document and one PHP script by using any editors. We need to save the XML document or the HTML document by the name p6.html in the desktop or in our folder, and we need to save the PHP script in the local host by the name p6.php in the folder XAMPP's htdoc folder, that is in the C, XAMPP and htdoc folder. Then start the Apache from XAMPP control panel and you can run your program in the browser. We need to understand the exercise first. So exercise anta novana. We need to write the XML code using JavaScript object notation to create the web interactive form that has the following. That is a text widget to collect the username, 4 checkboxes, one each for the following items. That is 400 watt light bulbs of rupees 20.39, 800 watt light bulbs of rupees 40.20, 400 watt long life bulbs for rupees 30.95, 800 watt long life bulb for rupees 70.49. Again, we need to create 3 radio buttons in order to mention the payment mode, Visa card, MasterCard and Discover card. ಹಾಗೇನೆ ನಾವು PHP script ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗಂತಂದ್ರೆ write a PHP script to compute total cost of an ordered light bulbs for the above program. After adding 13.5 watt, the program must inform buyer exactly what was ordered in the table. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ PHP script ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ we need to calculate by adding the VAT, and also it has to display what was ordered by the user while ordering. ಇದರ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ನ ನೋಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ವೆಬ್ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, this is the web interactive form that we need to create. In the form, it needs to read the username who is ordering. Okay, for that we need to create a text box, then select the items. Okay, we need to select the item. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ we need to create the 4 check boxes, okay, and the related text boxes to order the items. Okay, then to mention the payment mode, 3 radio buttons for Visa card, MasterCard and Discover, and create 2 buttons, submit button and reset button. Then After submitting, a script is going to be executed. Then on the screen we will have the following, that is display form, who has ordered the items, the name of an person who has ordered. Then you order the following item, it has to show in the table, that is the item, quantity, price, total amount. At last it has to show the total amount including the tax, uh, that is VAT amount, and the payment mode. This is the output of a sixth program. Now before moving on to the MCQs, let's write the sixth program and run it. In order to create a program, we need to create it in the notepad. Okay, open the notepad. Then we need to type a XML document. So already I have created an XML document here. Let's understand the HTML document. To make it simple, we have created an HTML document. Starts with the HTML tag, head tag, then the title tag. Then we need to create an JSON object, simple JSON object create ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ, where the key is h1 and the value is so many tags in order to change the font style of that particular element. Okay, then document dot get element by id heading dot inner html ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. inner html ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, to change the content of html element we will use the inner html, that is it helps us to change the content of an element, right? And we also used here function called as a json dot pass in bracket json, that is it is going to convert text into a javascript object. Then close the script, open the body tag, and in the body tag we need to mention the onload attribute. Onload attribute, it has to open the function load json. Then we have used the post method here. Then it has to execute the script p6.php from the local host. Then in order to take the order, we have created the order form by using a table. In the table, input type checkbox, name equals option 1 checked. Okay, equals checked ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ನಂತರ ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ 4 ಐಟಮ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಐಟಮ್ ನ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ದೆನ್ we also created 3 radio buttons in order to mention the payment mode. Radio button 1, okay, radio button 2, radio button 3 for the Visa card, MasterCard and Discover card. We also created a different button, that is submit button and reset button. Okay, now I will copy the code into notepad ++ and I will save it on the desktop in order to run the script. Okay, save this file as file name p6.html in the desktop. In the desktop I have created my own folder. Okay, then we need to create a PHP script. Let's understand the script. We have started with the HTML. then a header tag, then body tag. In the body tag, we have written a script with the tag angular bracket question mark PHP to read the values from the particular text box. We have used a method called as a post method. So $_post in square bracket the name of an element. The red value should be assigned to the variable name, mode, and so on. Okay, so item 1, 2, 3 has been initialized with the 0. Then prices are also mentioned, and we need to read the value from the text box if is set. Okay, if something is entered into the text box, it has to read, and that value has to be assigned to the item 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then again the total of that particular item will be item 1 into the price 1. Okay, like this we need to compute the total of the each item. Then the total equals total 1, total 2, total 3, and total 4. Then the grand total is total equals total plus the amount calculated with the VAT, that is 13.5%, right? Then in order to display the what was ordered by the user, we have created a table. In the table, we need to display the items and the quantity, price, and so on. Okay, now I will copy the script. Then save it as filem.php in C drive, XAMPP, htdocs. File name is p6.php. Already exists, so overwrite it. Now we have created a script as well as the XML document. Now we need to start the XAMPP. How do we start an XAMPP? In order to start the XAMPP, search here XAMPP. Here is the XAMPP control panel. Open it. This is the XAMPP control panel where we need to start an Apache server. Click on start button. Now Apache started. Now minimize it. In order to run a program, go to the folder where we have stored the XML document or the HTML document. Run it with any browser. Okay, so this is the window which explains to order the items. In order to order, we need to give the name who is ordering. Then select the checkbox already selected. The quantity needs to be mentioned. Then select the second item, what quantity we need. Then the third item, then fourth item. Then I will select as MasterCard, submit. Okay, on clicking submit, it will submit the order. Here is the reset button to reset the clear the values whatever we have entered. I will click on the submit button. So this is the order form where order name, the person who has ordered. Then in the tabular format, it will show you the items, quantity, price, and the total amount. Here is the grand total amount with the VAT 30.5% and the payment mode. This is the output. Now let's move on to the MCQs. Okay, the first question is JSON stands for JavaScript notation, JavaScript object notation, JavaScript on notation, JSON object notation. What is the answer? The correct answer is JavaScript object notation. Right? B is the correct answer. Let's move on to the second question. What does PHP stands for? A personal home page, hypertext preprocessor. Option C is pretext hypertext processor. Option D is preprocessor home page. So the right answer is hypertext preprocessor. Right? So B is the correct answer. Then third question. What is the file extension of an JSON? Option A .jn, option B .js, option C .json, option D .json. What is the answer? D is the correct answer because JSON extension should have an .json extension, right? Okay, so D is the correct answer. The fourth question is, what does XHTML stands for? As we already explained, XHTML stands for extensible hypertext markup language. Okay, so C is the correct answer, right? Then fifth question, JSON name value pair is written as, that is key value pair is written as name value, name equals value, name equals value in the double quote, name in the double quote colon, value in the double quote. So the correct answer is D, option D, that is name in the double quote colon, value in the double quote, that is key value pair by using colon, right? So D is the correct answer. So here is the answer for all the 5 questions. Thank you.